Right now, does it feel like your dream right now? Does it feel like you've put your desire or even your discontent on hold? That you've had this restlessness, or, as you've really leaned into building your business, you've been answering that call of discontent, but now it just seems like now's the time to kind of hunker it down and put it on the back burner. You'll get to it, but right now it's like you're telling that part of you that gets, oh gosh, I wish this would change. And not just what's going on with coronavirus, but just in general, that you're trying to squelch that voice and put it on the back burner. Well, my name is Felicia Searcy. I am your Dream Life Activator, and it is my joy to be your partner in believing. Your dream is my passion. And in this video, I want to help you understand that now more than ever is the time to tune in to your discontent. And stay with me with this. You want to stay into the end, because I have a wonderful gift that I'll be offering you toward the end of this presentation. So here's the thing. That discontent that's knocking at the door of your heart, that's actually not your discontent. That's life itself wanting a richer, freer, fuller expression by means of you. Here's the thing I want you to understand. You are this amazing being created with unlimited capacity to create. Now, if you know that, put in the comments, I know that about myself. I know I'm unlimited. And if you really know that, then you understand that life is always inviting you to discover more of who you are. Unlimited means unlimited, which means we know that to a certain level today with our current level of understanding. And when we look around what we have currently created in our life, and it's realizing that there's so much more to discover about you. You're not done waking up to your magnificence. Now, we can get that conceptually, but here's the thing. The only way life has to wake you up to more of that magnificence, so you'll reach down and develop it, is by causing you to feel the pinch around where you currently are. Now, this doesn't mean that you're ungrateful. I love what Bob Proctor says, who's an international speaker and motivator, and I've had the honor of studying personally with Bob, where he says, always be grateful, never be satisfied. It's in our dissatisfaction. Us as a species, we're major initiations and innovations have been made. I am sitting in a cushy chair because somebody got discontent with sitting on the ground or sitting on a rock. We're propelled by our discontent. Doesn't mean that we're not grateful for what we currently have, but life causes us to feel a pinch around what our current circumstances are, when it's time for us to wake up to more of who we are and who we are created to be and our amazing magnificence. So, first point to understand, number one, you are this amazing, unlimited being created with unlimited capacity to create anything that you desire, anything that you can dream up. It's breathtaking how powerful our ability to create is. And I keep pointing to my head because this is where the creative capacity lies. The only way, here's the second point with this, the only way that life has of waking us up to more of that magnificence is by causing us to reach a point in our current circumstances where we begin to settle in and wonder, I wonder if there's more for me here. I wonder if there's something more for me to reach for. Here's how you know if you're there. If you find yourself saying, life is good. It's good. It's good. That's your hint that you've made good enough good enough. Or if there's an idea that starts floating in your mind, at 3 o'clock in the morning, you get woken up with that stroke of inspiration. It's like, oh my gosh. And immediately what jumps in, it's like, you don't really need to do that. Oh gosh, that feels like a lot of work. Or, I actually have it pretty good. I don't know that I want to mess with what's good here. I don't know that I want to put the good that I've got in my life at risk. Those are potential conversations to let you know that you are on the edge of your discontent. And there's that part of you that wants to shush it. There's a part of you that's always seeking a richer, freer, fuller expression. That's your life force moving through you, inviting you into an even richer experience of life and inviting you to discover even more of this amazing being that you're created to be. Then there's this piece that will fight like crazy to keep you right where you are. That's the habit. That's the pattern. That's the part that looks around and says, I've actually got it pretty good. I don't know that I want to mess with what I've got. That's code for, let me make good enough good enough. Then there's the other voice that might pop up and say, oh my gosh, I've got so much to be grateful for. Who am I to think that I would want more? I just feel so selfish in the conversation in my head that's saying I should want more. That one I know. In fact, I understand both of those voices. That before I started this iteration of my work, my life was good. In fact, outside looking in, I wanted for nothing. There was nothing that I desired. There was nothing that anybody would have thought that I was missing or that I was lacking. But in those quiet moments when I was not being distracted by what was going on in the outside, there would be these bubbles of, there really is something more here for you to do. That don't settle for what you've got. What you've got is good, but don't settle for this. In fact, I had actually poured energy into an initiative, hoping that I would create this next iteration of my work. I'm going to invite you to go through an assessment here in a second, and I'm going to invite you to look at 4 different areas. The area of your health, your relationships, your vocation, how you're sharing your gifts, your talents, your capabilities, and your freedom on your calendar and your checkbook. Those are the 4 key areas that I work with people. So you have a full spectrum wealth of life. It's not just that you're building your business and you're building your business at the expense of your relationships or your health, but that you look at your life and it's a full spectrum life. And the 2 areas that were really sticking points for me were the area of my vocation and my income. Both of them were really good. I was creating really delicious results in both areas. And there was something inside of me that said, there's something more here for you to do. And I kept resisting it. Number one, I was really afraid that if I really went for it, I would end up losing everything that I had built up to that point. And I just had too much to lose. In my mind, the trade-off wasn't worth it. I just had too much to lose. And then there was that other voice that said, God, you're being really ungrateful. Look at how much good you've got. What makes you think that you should have more? But because I was in a system of study and studying the things that I share with you here, I knew enough to pay attention to the voice. And I had actually poured energy into an initiative thinking this was going to be the thing to break the energy free. Well, it didn't. And I understand now why it never could have worked from that frame of reference in the way that I was thinking at the time. Because it was fighting that part of me that was afraid to lose what I had or afraid of being seen as ungrateful. So I didn't give it room to work. But I gave myself a gift. And this is the gift that I'm inviting you to give yourself. I gave myself a gift of feeling just the depth of my dissatisfaction and discontent to the point where I said, I got to do something. I got to do something. And as a result of my willingness and courage and commitment, and just feel my arms around you right now as your partner in believing, knowing that looking at those edges of discontent, especially when things are going well, that's a remarkable act of courage. It's a remarkable act of commitment to you, to your life, to the people that you love, and the contribution that's yours to bring. As I leaned in to my discontent, and this is one of the things that I help my clients do. Let's not create a watered down version of your life. Let's not create a watered down version of your dream, but let's really lean into those places where your life is talking to you. That discontent, that's where your life is talking to you. And here's the thing. It does not go underground in times like this. In fact, when it's quiet and you don't have as much activity to distract you or the busyness of life, this can actually be the time when it talks even more, if you're willing to listen. So as a result of my willingness to lean into that discontent, I made a decision. Now, here's the thing about a real decision. A real decision is one that you don't back up from. You make the decision, and no matter what, you're in. Now, I know this is who you are. Number one, you're in this amazing group that Christine has put together, and you're an entrepreneur. We have to have those guts, that courage, that commitment, that stamina, that resilience in order to be an entrepreneur. And I would also suspect that there are some edges where you're feeling discontent and possibly tapping it down out of fear of losing what you've already done or not feeling like that you're grateful. And then there, to be completely transparent, there was this insidious voice underneath that said, you just don't deserve this much good. But as a result of that decision, I was able to lean in, really be present for my discontent, do what was necessary, learning a very specific code. It's what I now call my dream life activation code. I discovered that, I put that together, I've applied it in my own life, and I've now helped thousands of people around the world pay attention to their discontent in order to be able to create and live into the life that they're meant to live, their dream life. And it's a process of harnessing that discontent and then letting it inform your next step, which is beginning to work with the question, what would I love? So let me explain to it this way. I would imagine that you've been to baby showers. You've known people that have had babies. You've had babies. So think about if you've had a baby or somebody who's had a baby and you went to a baby shower. And let's say it's a little girl, because we're all girls and we love sweet, girly, pretty, flowery lace ribbons. It just, let's say you just got a cute little onesie for the set of parents. And you presented this gift with high hopes and expectations that they were going to love the gift. And of course they opened it and they loved it. Now, my sense is you did not say to those parents, you tell that baby that when it gets to the point where it starts to outgrow this gift, it can't grow anymore. It has to stop growing because this is a gift and I don't want my gift to become obsolete. I don't want my gift to end up on a pile of clothes somewhere that you're just going to give away. Of course you haven't done that. Of course we don't do that. It's the same thing, understanding the gift that life continues to give us in the form of our dream. And when we have an edge of discontent, it's not you being ungrateful. It's you recognizing, oh, life is wanting to expand more through me and for me. Life has another gift to give me, but I got to be willing to set this aside, thanking whatever your current life is profusely for the abundance that it brought you, for the joy, for the delight, for the growth that it brought you. and now opening up for this new gift, this new iteration that life is bringing you as you answer your discontent. So your discontent is actually life's gift to you to wake you up to even more of what life seeks to bring you, what life wants for you. And if you walk away with nothing else from this live, I want you to start honoring the gift that your discontent is bringing you. In fact, I'd like for you to start seeing it as life's prayer to you, the universe's prayer to you, infinite intelligence, infinite substance, spirit, God, whatever word you give it, that discontent is actually this life force prayer to you to be willing to start letting it inform what's next for you and who's next for you. And what I mean by who's next for you, it's who are you being invited to grow into? If you follow any of my stuff at all, FeliciaSearcy.com, you'll understand that one of the things that I repeat consistently, the power of repetition, is that the purpose of your dream is to grow you. It's to wake you up into an even greater version of yourself. So when you're paying attention to the edge of your discontent, effectively, you're paying attention to life's prayers for you, from you, and through you. It is you answering the prayer of the infinite for you. It's not you being ungrateful. It's you saying, all right, here I am. Show me what you would have me know, do, and be next. When you pay attention to your discontent, it is actually one of the highest forms of service that you can bring. If you, not that you're going to hang out and complain and whine and, oh, I wish it were different. I mean, I know you're not going to do that because it's not who you are. You wouldn't be number one, you probably wouldn't be an entrepreneur, and you wouldn't be a part of Christina's group if that's who you were. And there's a subtler invitation here. It's a deeper acknowledgement that life is inviting you into something more. And it's not just being with the discontent, but then it's being willing to answer the call and step in to the dream. What happens with the discontent is that you become aware of what I call, and I know other people call this it as well, what I call the gap. Because here you are, this amazing being who has created an amazing life thus far. You have discontent. You start paying attention to that discontent, and you might even start letting yourself entertain a bigger, bolder version of you and your life. Between the two of those is the gap. Your discontent is like the push into the gap, because what happens in the gap between who you are today and the life that you're living today, and where your discontent is inviting you to go, your dream and your even more magnificent version of you, when you let your discontent push you into the gap, you are effectively raising your hand and saying, all right, I'm making myself available for my next level of growth, evolution, discovery of who I really am, and developing an even greater degree of awareness, skills, and capabilities. That's the process of honing your ability to bring even more of your magnificence to the people around you. And here's what I know about you. Again, you're an entrepreneur and you're part of Christina's group. The very fact that you're here is evidence that you have a deep desire to serve, deep desire to serve. So life is always asking us to discover more of where our edge is for service. And it's not doing it at the expense of your health or your relationships. That's not service. That's a negotiation. And life is not asking us to negotiate one thing for the other. Life is offering us a full spectrum life. So in the last few minutes of this, let's do a quick assessment. Let's see where you are. So I want you to bring to mind the 4 areas of your life: your health, your relationships, your vocation, and what I call time and money freedom. Freedom on your calendar and in your checkbook. And I want you to just lean in to each one of those areas and ask, on a scale from 1 to 5, how alive am I? What's my aliveness inventory? So when you think about your health, think about the vibrancy in your body, your energy, your focus, the conversations that you have with your body. Where are you 1 to 5 in relationship to your aliveness or discontent with your body? How about with your relationships? The people that are closest to you, your loved ones, your beloved, if you have one, if you want one, friends, family, clients. How deep are those relationships? How comfortable? How fun? How intimate? 1 to 5, where are you in your relationships? The work that you're doing. Do you love the work that you're doing? Do you love the amount that you're doing it? Would you love to be doing more? Would you love to be doing less? 1 to 5, where are you in terms of your vocation? And then your freedom in your calendar. One of the things that I help people understand is that your calendar is the energetic blueprint of your life. If you want to know what your life is, all you got to do is look at your calendar. So when you think about the rhythm of your calendar, how alive are you with your calendar? Do you love it or do you contract? And then the other one, your money. Do you play the money may I game? Do you go to your checkbook for permission? Or do you understand who you are as this amazing, abundant being and make decisions based on what you would love? So just pay attention to what those answers are. I'm running out of time here. So I want to invite you May 9th from 10 to 1:30. I'm having a half-day virtual event, Your Ultimate Life Now, where we're going to go deeper into what to do with your discontent. We'll go deeper into that life assessment. And then I want to show you how to take that information that you're finding out as you're assessing where you are and how to harness that and let it inform what is seeking expression through you next, so you can step into an even more magnificent version of who you are created to be. Remember, your discontent is life seeking expression through you, inviting you into more of who you are created to be. Again, my name is Felicia Searcy. I am your Dream Life Activator. It is my joy to be your partner in believing. Your dream is my passion. Love to see you May 9th, 10 to 1:30 Pacific time, Your Ultimate Life Now virtual event. Let's go deep into the Dream Life Activation System so you can create a life that you love. Stop living in your discontent and let's step into your fullness. Mwah! God bless.